Jack Daniels at the Boxers Trainers Channel. So I was getting ready to go out, put my coat on, and go out because it's raining. I thought that it had stopped, but it didn't. So I kind of cut the show off because of that. I got still got a few things to do on the plantation, right? This thing that I'm living in, this house, these um acres, right? It's huge. 17 and a half acres is the functional equivalent of a stadium, the size of it. So I have to do a lot of things around here to keep it presentable, right? For as my taste and her taste, the wife's taste is concerned, and to be able to do that, you gotta stay in shape, man. You know what I'm saying? At 75 years old, who would think that I would still be, you know what I mean, cutting on a tractor, cutting on a zero turn, digging, plowing. I mean, last week I built a chicken coop, right? Because prior to building the chicken coop, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, I had horses on the place, right? Seven. All of the horses were like thoroughbreds, right? But here's the thing, my brother was actually the horseman. I love horses, but I'm not a horseman. So there's a sort of a fear that comes with having horses if you don't know how to deal with their, I want to say, the characters, right? Different horses have different horses have different characters, right? Some can be mean, some can be docile. You never know, right? Especially the females, right? And especially so if they drop a coat, right? It's kind of like if you don't know horses, you better leave them alone because a couple of times I've gotten kicked, bitten, the whole 9 yards when it comes to having horses and not really being a horseman. My brother was a horseman. May he rest in peace. And it was primarily his job to take care of the horses. But when he passed, um, I finally got rid of the horses, right? But still in all, 17 acres is a lot of land. And to have all that land and have nothing on it is absolutely nuts, right? The people around me are farmers. The people around me have cows and chickens and goats. You name it, they got it. We stopped having livestock with the horses, but there's always been the inclination, the compunction to have some livestock. So I'm back on that trip again. So the first thing I did was, I can't, I don't have pictures of it in this phone. It's on the phone that I'm working with. I was going to show you a picture of the coop. Nice house coop. I did it from scratch, right? And I'm proud of the coop. I haven't got any chickens in it yet because um, when they start selling chicks, like the last part of February, I should be able, no, excuse me, the last part, first part of February, right? So I should have some chickens next week. And it's going to be a big thing for me because after I get the chicken secured, I'm going to get some goats. I'm going to put some livestock on this property. It don't make no sense to have all this property and no livestock. You know what I'm saying? And what the heck would you have all this land for and nothing on it? Before my youngest brother died, may he rest in peace, was a very intelligent cat, right? He told my wife, he made her promise him before he passed that she would make sure we put some on the property, right? And the horses were here, but we got rid of the horses, and we haven't did anything since then. So the promise hasn't been fulfilled. But the promise is going to be fulfilled. I am going to make this place into a place of support. You know what I mean? When I say support, it's going to produce livestock. We do, I will say this, we do have gardens, right? And she is pretty adamant about growing. I have one too, and she has one, right? I'm not as adamant as she is about growing. In fact, that's one of the things that ties me down from boxing, right? It's this place. is there's so many things to do. Don't have any help, right? And at 75, can you believe that I basically keep this place. I mean, it's pretty clean around here, right? I don't allow a lot of junk. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't care, but I happen to have a personal dislike for just a lot of junk. You know what I mean? Scroll and thrown and, you know what I mean? I just, you know what I'm saying? I have always been the type that respected cl- cleanliness is godliness. I believe that in reference to how I take care of myself, in reference to how I live, in reference to how I take care of my property. You know what I mean? Cleanliness is godliness. It's next to godliness, right? Because you know, since you talk about being godliness, you're not going to be there. You're not going to get there because God is perfect. We're not. Anyway, let's talk about some boxing. Yesterday, I had a issue going that I really didn't get off into the depths of, right? And that was Keyshawn Davis seems to be have a hard on for Andy Cruz. He's been saying some nasty stuff about Andy Cruz. You know what I mean? And I'm taking offense to it. I don't know about y'all, but I take offense to it based on the fact that Andy Cruz, first of all, is a Cuban, right? And he doesn't speak English that well, right? So he can't really defend himself as far as the things that Keyshawn Davis might say to him. You know what I mean? And Keyshawn Davis went so far as, you know, just talk about him disrespectfully, right? And the thing that really interests me is why. Wait a minute. What about the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs? Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, Kansas City Chief lover is in the house. Okay, but um, the reason why Keyshawn Davis is all over Andy Cruz is because in the amateurs, Andy Cruz whooped Keyshawn Davis 4 times, right? Keyshawn never won with Andy Cruz, right? So I mean, in the sense that Keyshawn Davis is being a bad sportsman, right? By not, you know, taking it to another level, and tightening up your work regimen, right? And getting good enough to call out Andy Cruz and vindicate himself from the losses, right? I mean, that's what a person in the sport does that love the sport as much as I do and Gil Cole does. Gil Cole, shout out to Gil Cole in the house, the messy man. What's going on, Gil? There you go. We're talking about Keyshawn Davis and Andy Cruz, and he talking about Devin fighting on. Okay? He talking about Devin fighting on Rolly's undercard. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, he started that same conversation yesterday. That Gil Cole, the messy man, that always got something negative to say about my nephew. That's my nephew, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you, as a matter of fact, Gil Cole, if you don't stop talking about my nephew like that, man, I'm gonna have to call you out. You know what I'm saying? And get you in the ring and put these things on you. How about that? Now, I guess I told him a thing or two. Anyway, Keyshawn Davis is really talking bad about Andy Cruz. Like Andy Cruz is a buster, side buster. Oh my God, that was your nephew. No, he been my nephew, and you know that. Don't be acting like you don't know. I don't call him my nephew, Gil Cole. I've always called Devin my nephew. You know what I mean? Contrary to the fact that Bill Haney and I, right, are really close, but the fact remains the same that he does occasionally get on my dang nerve. You know what I mean? I mean, I love him, but sometimes, you know what I mean? People get on your nerves that you love sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing that we're not gonna get over. I ain't gonna get over it. I'm going to get over it because I'm you know what I'm saying, that's the type of man I am, right? I'm going running around, you know what I'm saying, being mad at Bill Haney because Bill Haney is Bill Haney, right? I am who I am. But the distinction between the two is, I think that my level of maturity, if you will, is a little bit um, ahead of not only Bill but a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? You gotta want to be straight up and down and be 100 all the time. Uh, you gotta work to get that way. You know what I'm saying? You can't just wish that. Oh man, I wish I was like so and so and so and so. No man, that's it. Whoever it is that you want to be like, right? In a positive scheme of things, right? You gotta work to get that way. And I think that sometimes a lot of us as men, especially in particular to uh, black men, right? We drop the ball in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to being men. And I would also note, because this is on the subject, right? We drop the ball a lot when it comes to the family, right? Our kids, right? Our females, right? We drop the ball because we have been taught by the master of the sea, right? To not be men. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. We've been taught. It ain't nothing wrong with not being a man, and I find that insulting. I find that repulsive, right? That people have planted certain seeds in our minds, right? That we have embraced and hold dearly in our hearts to, right? That it's okay not to be a man. It's okay to kill one another. You know, it's okay to not come together and make big things happen. It's okay, but in all realities, it ain't okay, man. It ain't okay. No, you're not. Wait a minute. What do you mean? A shout out to Popoff. I think I'm the only person in here. No, you're not. You got Gil Cole in. It's several people in here. So what's going on? I'm completely lost. Popoff. What's going on? Shout out to Popoff. And, oh no. Gil, what's going on with Keyshawn? What happened was the other day when we was on. You was on too when I broke the subject. Right. I didn't get a chance to get into the particulars involved in Keyshawn Davis and the way Keyshawn Davis is bad mouthing Andy Cruz. Now this started with Andy Cruz's win over Omar Sosito. Right. Um, Omar Sosito is a top contender, right? And a lot of people didn't think Andy Cruz was going to beat Salcido. And he beat him in devastating fashion. He made it look easy. Gil Cole, you hear me? He made it look easy. And now I don't know about y'all, but I, as a boxing as a boxing pundit, right? A person that really knows the sport, right? I knew yes, I knew that it was going to be going to be easy work for Andy Cruz when he fought Omar Salcido, right? As is the case, it would be easy work, in my opinion, for Andy Cruz to whoop Keyshawn Davis. Now, it's not going to be that easy if he gets to win over Keyshawn Davis. 'Cause I gotta say this, I gotta keep it 100, right? Keyshawn Davis has put a lot of work in to be as good as he is. He has put in a lot of work and he's gotten tremendously better at his craft, right? So I'm not going to sit up here and say, hey, Gil, I respect that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Gil Cole. Gil Cole said he got Keyshawn over Andy Cruz. Now, you really got Keyshawn over Andy Cruz, Gil? I mean, is there a specific reason why you think that Keyshawn would whoop Andy Cruz? Because I think the only reason that I say that Andy Cruz would whoop Keyshawn Davis is because Andy Cruz is a tactician. You know what I mean? He um he reminds me a lot. Now I know, especially Gil Cole is gonna rebut this. He reminds me a lot of Floyd Mayweather, right? In his in the general dynamics of his boxing intellect, right? He reminds me a lot of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is the um, go-to man when it comes to boxing as far as technical skills are concerned, right? As far as offense, defense is concerned, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the go-to man when you want to make reference to um, uh, a good boxer and his skills. You know what I'm saying? I line Andy Cruz about, I'm gonna say 3 levels below Floyd Mayweather, and that's a good. I mean, that's a hell of a comment if you think about it. That's pretty good assessment, Gil Cole. A shout out to Gil Cole. Quote unquote, I think Keyshawn got more experience, no, more professional experience, and a great team. I concur. I concur. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to defend Andy Cruz's offense defense, his tactical skills, right? Again, in my opinion, Keyshawn Davis reminds me a lot of Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? And the more I watch Floyd, the more the more I watch Floyd, the higher the training bar gets when I'm dealing with people and training people, right? You know what I'm saying? Because Floyd took his craft, he took his craft more serious than anybody that I know in the sport. Now, what do you think about that? Do I? Is the question? Do I watch Floyd, Gil? If that's the question, yeah, heck yeah, I watch Floyd. Yeah, I watch Floyd, man. Floyd was an amazing athlete. He was an amazing athlete. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, I see a lot of Floyd Mayweather in myself when I was boxing. Right? I see a lot of me in the desire to want to conquer the sport, right? To want to be uh, shoot like Floyd, 50-0. Floyd was undefeated because Floyd, like 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 uh like Crawford, right, wants to be the best in the world. You know, a good point for the boxing fans, right? Uh, quote unquote, which Floyd you talking about? Pretty boy or Money Mayweather? Now, um, I need some help with that. Uh, the boxing scheme of things. What's the difference between the two? At the end of the day, whether he considered himself as Pretty Boy or Money May, right? At the end of the day, the boxing skills were the same. So, what's the distinction when you uh, make the distinction between Money May and uh, Pretty Boy? I don't know. I can't make that distinction because at the end of the day, they all in one. They both are the same. You know what I'm saying when it comes to boxing. Now, as for the money side of the thing, I can see where there's a difference because um, when he became money made, that's when he started increasing his revenues. There you go. There you go. Now we're gonna hear Gil Cole give his assessment of the distinction between uh
what's going on? What's going on, OG?
Gil Cole's in the house, y'all. Ain't that the same old thing? Pumping his line, man, doing what I do, doing what I love, right? And listening to you and all this. What you talking about, man? You know, what you arguing about today? Huh?
No, I was going. You asking me what's the difference between Pretty Boy and Money Mayweather? There was two different Mayweathers. You know.
And what? Wait, hold it. Now we live, right? So and then you got people listening to you. So I want you to make the distinction between the two when it comes to boxing.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty boy Floyd, when he started his career as Pretty Boy Floyd, he was a dog. He was knocking everything out. He was aggressive. You know, Floyd was going. He was bringing it to you. After he fought De La Hoya and became Money Mayweather, it was dude. I forgot who it was he fought, but his hands were getting like brittle. I ain't gonna call them brittle, but he was starting to have hand injuries.
Right. Okay.
So he couldn't be as aggressive as he was before, but he became more methodical, more he became a tactician. That's when you really started to see him.
Oh, so you saying, so brother, so what you saying, brother, is that when he started having those injuries, he changed from Pretty Boy to Money?
Come on now.
No. I asked you.
Everybody know this.
Okay, Gil, okay. I'm in the dark on this, brother. I'm in the dark on
I'm
this.
just saying, this ain't an opinion. This is like facts. This is
No, it sounds very compelling, right? I'm just saying.
It's the truth.
Yeah, no, it sounds. I'm saying it sounds compellingly true, right? I just missed that side of Floyd. I didn't get that.
Yeah, like when he fought when he had the Castillo fights. Damn, who was that?
That's interesting.
I forget the guy he fought when he hurt his hands pretty bad, and that's why they even started saying he was getting hand injections. You know, he was getting hand injections in Vegas. It was legal to get. I don't know if it was cortisone or cortisol or something like that. He was getting something injected into his hands because his hands hurt. You know.
Okay.
But then I'm not saying he completely changed his style.
Right.
But he wasn't as aggressive, and that's when you really started to see Floyd Mayweather use his defense a lot more. It stood out. You know, his shoulder roll, all that stuff started to stand out because he wasn't as aggressive. He became more of a counterpuncher. That's why I asked which Floyd Mayweather you talking about, because I don't see Andy Cruz as anywhere near Floyd. You gotta measure him by his contemporaries, or something, man. Because I ain't waiting. Whether people.
So what you saying, Gil? What you saying is you don't see no distinction between Andy Cruz and Floyd Mayweather?
No.
You don't. Floyd. What you saying?
I don't see anybody boxing right now close to no Floyd Mayweather. I don't see.
No, I grant you that. Now he's not. Now I ain't saying that he's a Floyd Mayweather. I'm saying that I see some of the things that Floyd Mayweather did. I see some of the things now that Andy Cruz do. I ain't by no means am I saying he's.
Well, I mean, if you see little things he do.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people study Floyd.
Right.
You know, if you study him tape, and I'm pretty sure there's fighters that take a little bit out of him from this fighter, a little bit from that fighter, but man, I don't see no Floyd Mayweather when I'm watching Andy Cruz.
You don't see none of the moves?
No. I mean, he got a slick. He kind of like a slick Cuban style fighter. You know, he got a lot of experience in the amateur. He decorated the amateur. You know, he got world beater. You know, he got gold medals and all that. You know, he got an Olympic gold medal. I think he got 3 AIBA gold medals. You know what I'm saying? He beat Keyshawn in all them fights. You know, the 3, 4 amateur fights.
Yeah.
You know, but I think Keyshawn Keyshawn done elevated himself, man. I think he would have, I think his team is better. He got Bomac in his corner. He around Bud. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's just.
Yeah, and I grant. I grant.
I think he's on a different level.
You think he on? Okay, all right. I know. Okay, that opinion is.
In that level I'm talking about ain't nowhere near Floyd. Now, I'm not trying to say Keyshawn is. I ain't comparing him to no Floyd.
Okay, well, let's move here for 1 second on this, since we're on this subject, right? So how do you compare Bud with Floyd?
If there was to fight, well, what you mean?
I mean, as far as the style, the different styles.
I don't think. Goddamn, you gotta. If you try to look at it as a whole, just Floyd, because you gotta, like, sometimes you gotta pick which Floyd you're talking about. But just as a fighter, period.
Yeah. Like,
man, it's kind of tough because I don't think Bud is that defensively minded. I think Bud want to go in there and hurt you.
He do, yeah.
But he's very, he's very technical. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't need to make a mistake. If he make a mistake, he pick up on it.
Yeah,
He catching your rhythms or whatever you want to call it.
Rhythm.
I ain't no boxer.
Rhythm.
But he downloads you, and it's true. The first couple rounds, he gonna see what you do. He gonna throw certain punches to see how you move or react to him, and then he process all that, and then he start picking you apart. He see what your weaknesses is, you know.
That's a pretty good assessment, Gil. That's a pretty good assessment, bro. That was a pretty good assessment. You know what I'm saying? But here's the deal. So I just found out the other day, a couple of days ago, that Bud and Floyd had been in the ring.
Bud and Floyd was in the ring?
Yeah, sparring.
What, they sparred?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Bud touched him up a little bit. That's what I haven't seen that tape, but
everybody say they touched up Floyd. Earl Spence said he touched him up too.
Who?
Earl Spence.
So he touched up Floyd?
Yeah, that was a big thing. Yeah, that was a big thing.
Mm-hmm. I gotta find that tape because Floyd actually didn't say that. Actually, what they said was Bud hurt Floyd in the sparring session.
When did this happen?
I got the feedback on that a couple of days ago, and I haven't got all the information. That's why I really didn't bring it up. But since we didn't got into this, right, and I got fired up, right. I'm kind of like, you know what I'm saying, moving forward without all the details. I don't want to do that. But now we will get back to this, right, because I'm gonna try to.
But then check this out. Floyd is like 10, 11 years older than these guys.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I think Bud, how old is Bud? Like 36?
37
maybe?
37, I think, isn't it?
I forget. But Floyd is like, he got to be over 45.
Yeah,
46.
no, pretty close to 47.
Well, that's what I mean. So, if you go back 10 years, you know, and they talking about they sparred Floyd was 30-something years, you know, over 35.
Yeah.
They talking about touching him up. Like, it don't mean, man, all this sparring, man, that don't matter, man. None of that matters. You might get a lucky punch on them or something, but they in there training. Sparring ain't like fighting.
Yeah. No, the thing is that they was making mention of it like it was a big old thing, right? But you're absolutely right. It was just sparring, right? And I think the commentators blew it up making something else.
What you think about the Tank and Devin sparring?
Well, I think that too was blown out of proportion.
Who do you think got the best of each
I think it was amicable. I think there was no winner and loser in that sparring session. I think both of them. In my opinion, I think it was just good work on both ends.
That's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah, it was good work.
Because Tank wasn't really taking nothing serious in that thing.
Yeah.
You know, he looking away, getting hit while he looking out in the crowd, talking noise to people. You know, Devin take a shot on him.
Yeah.
And then when Tank wanted to turn it up, he'll turn it up a little bit. But who cares?
Yeah. I mean, realistically speaking, that's where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't that working. That's all it's supposed to be about.
It was good work. It was good work. I think that people blew that out of proportion, right? Not Devin.
It's the fan bases. It's the fan bases.
Yeah.
They blow it up.
Yeah. I think the fan base.
Because they got to stand on. When they start picking a guy, they got to stand on him.
Yeah.
Like I don't care who wins the fight.
Right.
You know, like you really think I be hating on Devin, but all I'm saying is what's true, what's going on.
Well, that's what I mean. Well, okay, I agree with that 100%. I think there should be more of that in these podcasts because a lot of these dudes, you know what I'm saying, they'll say anything. You know what I mean? And that ain't right to the fans.
It's the Bud fan. I mean, the Devin fans don't like it. If I say Devin is fighting on Rolly undercard, they think that's me taking a shot at Devin. ain't Devin fighting on his undercard?
Wait a minute. Hold. Gil, have you said that to somebody?
I said that to everybody.
And what they say?
If they're
Oh my God! Again, you making this too hilarious, brother. I mean, you actually ask people that?
Yeah.
You get a squabble?
Huh?
Do you get a squabble?
Do I get a who?
Squabble. Do they squabble with you about that?
Man, I'm too old to be squabbling, man. You mess around. Like I got. You know what concealed carry permit is? Well, concealed carry permit means I'm packing.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't worried about no squabbling like that. Like you wanna fight me about some boxing? Like man, you never ready. You know what I mean? Have your family. Don't play like that. It ain't even worth. Like a lot of these guys online be acting like that though. Like they want to crash out because they're a fan or something. Like man, it's just boxing. That's all.
That's all it is. It's just boxing, brother. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of cats don't look at it like that. They be in defense of their favorite boxers, man. You know what I'm saying? They be wanna, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, man.
It's crazy, like, man, this dude don't even know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They prize fighters. They get paid to fight.
And good too.
You know?
And good.
Yeah, they get paid real good to fight.
Yeah.
You know? But like, man, there's a such thing as hype jobs, man, and I'm telling you, I believe he a hype job.
Who?
Devin. I'm not saying Devin don't got no skill. He got some skills.
Okay.
You know.
So what constitutes a hype job? Tell us what constitutes a hype job, Gil Cole.
A hype job is. Let me see. What's a hype job? A hype job is telling the world you the greatest, and you really ain't showed nothing.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold it. Gil, now, have you got some receipts saying Devin Haney ever said that he was like that?
Yeah.
Who said that? He said it or Bill said it?
I know Bill done said it. I know Bill said it. Ain't he supposed to be the face of boxing?
Who said that?
Bill.
Devin Haney.
He said it's the Devin Haney era.
Okay, but you now that.
You ain't never heard none of them Devin Haney channels?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna try to bring some redress to that, right? But Devin never said that. Bill said that.
That's his mouthpiece.
I think, Gil, that Bill does what he thinks is in the best interest of the promotion.
I agree.
And sometimes, Bill might say something, and in his mind, it's just boxing. That's what he tell me. It's just boxing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. It don't. Now I'll give you quote unquote what he say. He say, man, it don't be nothing. I be saying to try to make it seem like it's something. It's just boxing. Like
Bill is. I think Bill plays it like any publicity is good publicity. So I don't know what's, man. All I see is what's in the ring.
yeah,
And all that, him being like that undisputed ain't really about that. Really didn't mean too much. It'll mean a lot in the history books,
yeah.
But man, who did you fight to become undisputed, man? That's all I'm saying. I don't put Kambosos as some world beater. He ain't no world beater. He beat Lomachenko. In Styles make fights, but man, he ain't.
So let me ask you this. How do you
go around collecting no belts, man?
let me ask you this? So that the Lomachenko versus Devin Haney, right? How did you view that fight? Since we're on that subject.
I think it could have been a draw, or even Devin edged him out by one round.
Okay.
I got him winning by split decision. If that's what you asked.
That's
But I
exactly.
wouldn't have been upset if it was a draw either, though.
But
I edged it to Devin. And actually, when I edged it to Devin was the second when I watched the fight for the second time.
right.
First time I was like, man, I think that was a draw. I watched it again and I was like, man, I can see why, because it was a lot of swing rounds. It was a lot of rounds I could see. Well, the judge might have gave Devin the round because he might have got a body shot. But it was other rounds. I think Lomachenko was more, he was more
Assertive.
not assertive, but more active. But Lomachenko starts off slow. After the sixth round, Lomachenko took off. He was in that fight. But I could give Devin that 12th round. So it was a real close fight, and I wasn't upset that Devin won.
I thought it was a good fight, actually.
Yeah, it was a decent fight. But when you think about it, though, how big was Devin? You know what I'm saying? You can't get over, and people say they don't like these rehydration clauses.
Uh-huh.
I think it's necessary. I think rehydration clauses are necessary because it'll keep these big guys in their normal weight classes. Because ain't no way Devin is fighting at 140 and then come in the ring 165. He put on 25 pounds, man. That ain't right. You coming in like Bruce Ennis, he don't even come in fighting at 47. He's not coming in at 165.
So, but here's the deal.
How much most of these guys be coming in is like a welterweight, 147 pounds. They usually put on 8 pounds.
Okay, but here's the deal.
The day in the fight.
There's no rule. There's no rules. So I think this is the point, right?
There is a rule. There's a rule in California where I think it's 18%.
That
you
is
can't
true.
come in more than 18% of your weight.
That is true. That is a compelling argument in that particular case. But normally there is no 18%. Right, and I think in that fight that we're discussing, there was no 18%.
So
So
you think so you cool so you see, well okay put it like so since it ain't a rule, it's all good.
no, I'm merely stating that if these issues come to fruition and the fan base have a problem with it, then they need to change the rules associated with uh, that particular clause. They need to change the rules. If
Yeah.
go ahead.
But look. They ain't got to change the rules, right? They can keep the rules same how it is. They let them blow up and wait. But what is Devin gonna do now? You know, when he start, let's say he moved to 47, he in a tough place. You can blow up another however many pounds you want. It's gonna be you're not carrying it like these other guys because now you're gonna be messing with guys that actually are 147. They putting out like these some real 147 fighters. Devin is not a real 147-pound fighter, but he's got the size, you know. But I don't think
Yeah,
you
don't think that 147 or even 154 is good size or a makeable size for Devin Haney?
No,
You don't think?
I think Devin. If Devin mess around at 47, he get knocked out.
That's very interesting.
I got a dude like Blair Cobbs whooping Devin. Blair Cobbs. I think Blair Cobbs will whoop Devin.
Wow.
Whoop him.
You really do?
I really do.
So, in your opinion, you think that Blair Cobbs is good enough to beat who else? Who else would you think? Being that he could whoop Devin Haney, who else do you think Blair Cobbs is capable of defending himself against?
I think he can defend himself against a lot of them guys. Like, you know, hell, I don't know if Boots can knock him out. You know, he probably could.
So in your opinion,
like Boots or like Ryan Norman Jr. They might can beat Blair Cobbs, but Blair Cobbs is gonna come and fight. And I think he gonna be too much. I think a dude like Blair Cobbs is the wrong person, you know, for Devin.
So let me ask you this. So where's Blair Cobbs from? If you know.
Is he? I don't know if he might be. I don't know if he from. I don't know why I'm thinking he's from Ohio. I'm not sure.
Wait, he fights out of what? Vegas?
No, I'm thinking Ohio.
That's interesting.
I don't know where he's from.
Cause I have a problem with the fact that they don't publicize Blair Cobbs as much as I think that they should, based on the fact that you're a fan of him. So why aren't they publicizing?
No, I'm not. I ain't. No, he's from Philly. He's from Philly.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
he's from Philly.
no. But my question is why aren't they public? Why isn't he getting any fights?
I don't know. I know he started fighting late, but I'm not sure. But you know what? This is what I can say. And I'm not just really pointing out Blair Cobbs. I think anybody that's Devin Haney's size, just his size, period. You know, somebody that's the same size or a little bigger than Devin is gonna whoop him. I think Devin went around draining weight. I don't mean to curse, but like draining weight to the point he looked sick. To make 35, hell, even to make 40, he don't look good. You know, when he did his weight cut at 140, it was behind the scenes because he don't want people looking at him. Because he look crazy when he lose all that weight. You know, Devin is a big dude and like walk around weight. Ain't no way. Devin is not walking around at no 140 pounds. I don't even think he walking around at 150. Man, this dude is This dude is big. He probably walk around 180, 190.
You think?
You know, face get fat, all that. And that dude is big.
That's interesting.
Yeah. He ain't a little guy, man. I think that's all. I think he'll weight money. You know, he cut weight and put on weight and end up. Look how big. How much you think? Well, I mean, do you know how much Regis Prograis was in the fight?
I think what 140, 146 or 7 or something like that.
He was close to 154.
Prograis was.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
hold on. What is it? 140. I think he put on. No, I think he put on like. I don't know if it was.
Because he started complaining after the fight about that.
I forget what it was. But Devin came in at 165, man. That is ridiculous. The dude coming in there bigger than Jamel Charlo. You know, like, man, I don't know what y'all see, man. I don't know. I think he's decent, but man, he in between a rock and a hard place right now.
Okay. Again, we're gonna wrap it up, brother. We're gonna wrap it up. But look, brother, you always come on with some good conversation, and we're gonna have you back on constantly, brother, to make the show.
No, it's all good.
All right, brother.
All right,
brother. Gil Cole, y'all, in the house. Okay, so Jeffrey, let me see, get this. T. Diorin. Okay, and Blair Cobbs is a Philadelphia fighter. But the question that I was trying to bring to the table was, I was under the impression that now Blair Cobbs, now that I think about it, is from Philadelphia, right? But he works out of if I'm not mistaken, Las Vegas, right? And my thing about making this broaching this issue was, I would like to find out who is promoting Blair Cobbs. A lot of people like Blair Cobbs, but Blair Cobbs doesn't get the work necessary to make him a amicable contender, right? And that's, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the things about boxing that we don't have conversations about. Why isn't Blair Cobbs having any fights, right? You know what I'm saying? I think Blair Cobbs should have more fights. I think Blair Cobbs is one of the contenders that is pushed to the back burner, right? Because promoters, right, don't think, obviously, this particular fighter or that particular fighter brings the right things to the table, as is the case with Blair Cobbs. Okay, so shout out to Dent. It's good, brother. And I'm gonna close this one up. Gil Coles, as always, brother, it was my pleasure have a conversation with you, and we're gonna always have a conversation at the Boxing Trainer channel because you do make good points, brother. That being said, I got to go. No, hit that subscription button, hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and let me know if y'all think that Gil Coles made sense about Devin the Dream Haney or not. And share the videos with your friends and relatives. That being said, wait. Okay. Then, my thoughts on Beterbiev versus Bivol. Very interesting. I think Bivol has something to prove, right? He didn't take that win, that loss over Beterbiev to heart. He has something to prove, so therefore, on the rematch, Bivol gonna have something to prove, and I believe if he fights the way that Bivol normally fights, if he fights like he fought Canelo, Bivol will beat Beterbiev. Peace out. Shout out to Sean Turner. Not really, Sean, but peace out. See you next time, Sean.